Ladies and gentlemen of the American Military University Public Speaking class, today I will be coming to you delivering a speech, an informative speech, on how you, as a student, can participate in a speech, also known as public speaking, outside of the classroom setting. Now, before September of 2008, this was unheard of to me. How is it possible? I mean, come on, how can you give a speech anywhere else outside of the classroom? But did you know that you can do a simple thing as using the internet as a delivery tool, using a camcorder to record your speech, and together you too can be a part of an effective and appropriate public speaking class. In today's speech, I'm going to go into detail of the delivery method and techniques and tools needed to do this. Secondly, I'm going to go into minor detail about a few pros and cons. Lastly, I'll tie these two together so that you'll completely understand how you as a student can be a part of the American Military University Public Speaking class. Now let's go into detail about the delivery and techniques and tools needed to do this. Now, of course, this is going to be done through distance learning. So you need a few things to include a recording device. Let's say you decided you wanted to use a camcorder. Now, a camcorder is actually a pretty decent device to use because it has the microphone, the lighting, the recording device all embedded within. Now, if this is something that you choose not to use, another option you can use is a camera attached to your computer, a webcam known as so. Now, one of the problems I had using the webcam is sometimes the lighting or the zoom, it didn't exactly work for me. Another problem I had with this was the microphone. Now, there are some expensive cameras out there for your computer that you can use, but for a public speaking class, I found, to me, and in my own opinion, that the best thing to use was the camcorder. I mean, it was integrated things such as, I said, the lighting, the microphone, and the zooming features all made it great for me. And another thing was, with a camcorder, I had more elevated ways of starting and stopping the speech. Now let's go into detail how you would, after recording your speech, now, how's the teacher going to get it? You ever heard of a website called YouTube? It's new to me too. YouTube is a website where people all across the world submit videos. Now you can either choose the option of submitting a video and allowing 1 or 2 people to see it, or you can allow millions of people to see it. Now YouTube allows you to submit a video in a certain format, most standard to average people nowadays. You submit your video, and how simple is this? After you record your video and submit it on YouTube, you simply turn in the link to that video being able to be viewed on the internet, you submit it to your teacher. What does your teacher do? Your teacher reviews it and grades it. It's that simple. I tried this the first time. It only took me 3 steps. I recorded my speech, I uploaded it on YouTube, and I sent the link to the speech to my teacher. That's it. Now let me tell you, there are a few pros and cons to everything. One of the pros and cons to this situation is YouTube. I've seen YouTube as a privacy deal. Millions of people could have seen my speech. But as I said, there is a security option where you can invite certain people to see your speech. Secondly, was feedback. Feedback was a problem for me. I'm the type of person that elaborates and takes in feedback and uses it to my advantage. One of the problems is that the teacher is your only grader. He is the judge. In the average classroom setting, you get the experience of presenting your speech to others and maybe even taking feedback such as facial expressions or maybe direct feedback from all the individuals of the class. Now with the American Military University, they have an elected official, the speech instructor, to be able to judge us accurately so that he gives us the feedback of an entire class. Let's go into how this works out for me. Overall, distance learning has become to my advantage. I've used distance learning to take my speech class. I've used the tools and techniques that the American Military University has provided me so that I can have a speech and still don't have to free up all my time sitting in a classroom setting. You too can do this. As I mentioned, distance learning has become to our advantage. One popular tool being used is the internet. How about you two sit down, look into the advantages of speech via distance learning, and tell me what advantages you get out of it. So far it has worked for me. After this speech, I'll obtain 3 semester credits, something that I wouldn't have been able to do so soon if I had to sit in a classroom environment. You should look into it too.